So heaven, of course, is the goal. So, but before we get to heaven, which is what I want us to focus on, is purgatory. Purgatory is not a tiny hell. Purgatory is not a place of punishment in the way that we think of it as we think of hell as a place of punishment. It is not a place in which we have, for example, only like we live our lives and we have it's not like, for example, if someone is sentenced to in court because they've done some crime and they're getting so many days of jail time. It's not like that. Purgatory is not in that sense a place of punishment. Purgatory, and it's what we have to thank God about, it is a place of mercy. Purgatory is one of the most ultimate displays of God's mercy that we can possibly imagine. Take advantage. Because purgatory is the place where we finish becoming saints. Because as we know, here on earth, most of us will die in such a way, although God willing, and we'll talk about that later, we will die saints. And we have every possibility to do so. And we also have the invitation to do so by our Lord. We have the goal of becoming saints here on earth. But let's face it, most of us will not become so saintly that we'll go straight there. Because what happens is this: when we're about to enter heaven, we are going to be entered the gates of heaven in such a way that the state of our soul when we enter heaven is going to be the way that our soul is going to be for the rest of eternity. And in the same way, let's face it, that if we're going, and sometimes we may say something like that might sound almost like cliché-ish, but it's true, that when if you're invited to go to a place like to the most beautiful ball, you're going to change before going there, and you're going to get dressed up. Well, a million times more is the way that you want your soul before entering heaven, where it's going to be for all of eternity. So first of all, the most interesting thing about purgatory is that there is actually a choice to go into purgatory. And we can actually choose whether or not to enter purgatory or go straight to heaven if we are forgiven enough, if we die in friendship with God, even if we die in such a way that at that moment when Jesus receives us, we decide. But of course, the souls will always choose purgatory, because in purgatory it is where we get that final chance to purify and beautify our souls in such a way that it is where we are finally going to be shining like the sun in the way that we are meant to be for all of eternity. But that being said, even though purgatory is a place of mercy and of love, it is a difficult place. It is a place in which the soul suffers. And that is why we have to pray for the souls in purgatory.